When you press F10 to end your recording, you'll see a screen that appears something like this. It will have a preview screen and start playing your audio in the screen here. Below that, there's a number of settings you can pause and rewind and so on, but really what you want to do is if you're happy with it, you can click on the save button and save this video. If you're not happy, click on the delete button and get rid of it. Or if you're ready to edit it, click on edit, and that will then prompt you to save and take you straight to the edit screen. So we're now in the edit screen, and you've got a three-step process now. You have to first of all add your media, the things that you're going to work on. Then you do the editing, and then you produce your final movie. And when you've done that, you'll end up with essentially 3 sets of files. You'll end up with your original recording, so you'll never change your original recording. So you can always go back and re-edit it and do something else with it later. You'll then have the Camtasia project file, which is what you're now doing, which basically is a set of instructions on what it needs to do with the source footage to turn it into the final video. And the third file is then the final video. So step 1 is we need to import the media. We click on import media and you need to find the video that you've created. Now usually it puts it by default in your Camtasia file. In my case I called it Camtasia demo 1. So that was the previous video that I created. So let's open that up, and that pulls it into the clip bin. Then what you need to do is, let's assume that's the only file you're working on, the only video file you need. We then drag it onto the timeline down here. So we just click on it and pull it down and put it on the timeline. It will at this point ask you to decide what presets you want. Now when you click on the button here, there's all sorts of options, but unless you're going to be using it for a CD or DVD, I would suggest that you always pick the web. It'll be the right size dimensions for the web. There's not a huge difference between web and YouTube, so let's go with web because that will work just as well. It'll be an MP4 file with the right dimensions for putting on a website or YouTube. So we just select that. We also need to select one of these options. Now personally, I don't like the smart focus. What it does is it will automatically zoom in at various points. It can be good. I find it annoying. If I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation, I don't want it to choose to suddenly zoom in. I'd rather do that manually. So personally, I keep it the same throughout and check that. Click OK. And what you'll see now is the timeline. Here is how long the video lasts. So we'll see that this is about an 8 or 9 minute video. We've then got the video itself here, and then here is the audio. And you'll see that where there's flat lines, that's where it's gone silent. So that helps you with your editing. What you've then got as your main menu options with editing is the things you may want to use is the plus and minus zooms in on the timeline. So we've got 8 minutes of footage appearing here, and sometimes that makes it quite hard to do precise editing and work out the precise points. So it might be easier at times to zoom in. You can also, if you want, split the video with the split button here. So if we want to split it at this point here, we click where this line is, and if we click this, it'll split it into 2 videos, which means you can add a transition in between, or you could delete one of the halves, for example. If you want to undo that, there's an undo button up here, so let's just undo that and go back to where we were. You can also do things with the audio if you want. I'm not going to worry about that too much, and you can set up your own smart focus. One thing I will say about Camtasia is the training videos that come with it are absolutely fantastic. You'll find that pretty much every step of the way, whenever you do something, for example, if you want to do audio enhancements, you'll see the show me. It'll show you a little Camtasia on how to do audio enhancements. So here's how you edit the video. The first thing you'll probably want to do is make sure you get the start point right. So we can see from here that we probably started the video about here where the volume started to kick in. So let's move and let's click somewhere around about here. And up here we can see a preview now. We can watch the video, and let's go to the very start for now. You can see that nothing's happening at this stage. This is me setting up the video and getting it right, making sure I've opened the right files and so on, ready to show you the demonstration. So we don't want all that rubbish. We want to skip forward to this point here. Let me just play that from there. So that's where it kicks in. So we want to get rid of all the starts. So what we do is we put this at the start point, and then we drag and select the area we don't want and simply click on the scissors, and that's it, gone. So if we now click on the play from the beginning, if we skip to the beginning and play here, welcome to this quick demonstration. It's straight into the video. If you then want to edit something else, if you've made a mistake, for example, I can tell from this flat line here that something probably went wrong. So let me just listen to this. So at that point I was suddenly doing a transition. I was going to get everything ready to carry on the recording. So really I want to delete from where I said control bar, basically all this space here. I want to delete it. Let's select all that. Click on the scissors. If we just click just before that again, we can play it and just check that now makes sense.
And when you do that, you'll see a little control bar.
See, it's there. It's cut out all that messing about and just jumped straight to the next bit.